The Whispering House, a tale of escalating horror. Welcome to Sinister Loom. Tonight, we take you deep into the shadows of a story so chilling it will haunt you long after the screen fades to black. This is the tale of The Whispering House, a true account of terror that will make you question what really lurks in the dark. The story follows Lisa and Mark as they move into an old Victorian house where they encounter eerie whispers and supernatural occurrences, leading to Mark's unsettling possession and Lisa's desperate struggle for escape, ultimately revealing the house's sinister nature. Lisa and her husband, Mark, were looking for a fresh start. They found an old Victorian home, isolated on the edge of the woods. Its charm and affordability blinded them to the local warnings. That house holds secrets, terrible ones. On their first night, as they unpacked, Lisa swore she heard faint whispers, like a voice breathing through the walls. Mark dismissed it as creaking wood. A dilapidated Victorian house surrounded by overgrown trees, its windows glowing faintly in the twilight. The scene is eerie yet realistic, with peeling paint, cracked wood, and a fog creeping from the surrounding forest. The house looks alive, with shadows dancing in its windows. A few nights later, Lisa was alone while Mark ran errands. As she walked past the living room, her eyes caught movement. A shadow darted across the room. She froze, staring at the mirror above the fireplace. For a brief moment, her reflection didn't move with her. Instead, it smiled. Panicking, she called Mark, but the call dropped. The whispers returned, louder now, echoing through the empty halls. "You don't belong here!" Lisa backed away, her hands trembling until the front door slammed shut on its own. An old, dimly lit living room with antique furniture and a large, ornate mirror above the fireplace. The mirror's surface distorts slightly, showing a shadowy figure smiling unnaturally. The room is cloaked in an unsettling atmosphere, with long shadows cast by a flickering lamp. Mark returned to find Lisa pale and trembling. She convinced him to check the house. As they searched, a hollow thud echoed from below. Armed with a flashlight, they descended the creaking stairs. The air grew heavier with each step. Mark's flashlight flickered as they reached the bottom. There, in the corner, was an old chest. The whispers became deafening, hissing, "Leave it alone!" Ignoring Lisa's pleas, Mark opened it. Inside were faded photographs of a family, their eyes scratched out, and a diary. The last entry read, "They're coming for us. The house doesn't let anyone leave." A dimly lit, dusty basement filled with cobwebs and broken furniture. In the corner, an old, weathered chest sits ominously. The atmosphere is oppressive, with the flashlight beam flickering and casting eerie shadows. A faint mist hovers over the floor. That night, Mark started acting strange. He wouldn't respond when Lisa called his name. Instead, he would sit in the dark, muttering to himself. By dawn, Lisa found him standing at the window, staring into the woods. "I saw them," he whispered, his voice hollow. "They're in the trees, watching, waiting." Lisa tried to shake him out of it, but his expression was blank, almost lifeless. As night fell, Mark vanished. She searched the house frantically, and then the whispers returned, clearer now. "You should have left. It's too late." A dimly lit bedroom with a figure standing at the window, silhouetted against the moonlight. His posture is stiff, and his face is blank, with glowing, hollow eyes. The surrounding room is dark, with subtle signs of disarray, open drawers, a broken lamp. Lisa grabbed her keys and ran. As she sped down the driveway, the trees seemed to close in, the whispers growing louder, almost taunting her. The headlights flickered, and her car screeched to a halt. The engine wouldn't restart. In the rearview mirror, she saw Mark standing behind the car. His face was twisted, his eyes glowing red. "You can't leave," he said, his voice layered with others, men, women, children. Terrified, she bolted into the woods. She ran until her lungs burned, only to find herself back at the house, standing on the porch. The front door creaked open, and Mark was there, smiling. "You belong to the house now," he said as the door slammed shut behind her. The Whispering House still stands today, empty yet alive. Lisa was never found, and the house remains an enigma. Dare you step inside? Join us next time for another tale of terror here on Sinister Loom.